blah, 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 blah. Not so blah, 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 blah. Hey guys. So this is just gonna be mostly a pretty random video about me talking about just things that I feel like talking about. One of which is pet peeves, but especially pet peeves when it comes to the bus. What really bothers me is when there's like 2 seats empty on the bus and someone sits in the aisle seat but the window seat is open, and they do that just so no one can sit next to them. A lot of the times I just imagine myself going right up to him and be like, is this seat taken? And then like trying to move myself into that seat, like over top of them, or like from behind like the other seat. Yeah, I think that would teach them a lesson. You get on the bus and there's a window seat open, you sit down, and then more people get on the bus, but there's still plenty of empty seats. And then someone will get on the bus and just stand like holding the pole like right next to your seat, like they don't want to sit down with you. I don't know, that just kind of weirds me out. I'm like, you realize you can sit down here, there's an empty seat, I don't bite. That actually happened to me today on the bus. There's this guy, he just stood for like 5 stops. It's like, it wasn't even like he was getting off the bus soon or anything. This guy was just standing there holding on to the little metal railing, just waiting to get off for like 15 minutes. I was like, you could sit down, it's okay. I've ridden the bus so many times now that I actually know like specific driving styles of different bus drivers. And I found that there's kind of a tendency, depending on how often I've seen the bus driver drive the bus, like whether they're very good or not. I'm kind of that. So I have this one class, and it ends almost a minute after the bus that I need to take arrives. I am like running out the door to try and catch that bus, because otherwise I have to wait for 20 or 30 minutes, and I ain't having that. The moral of the story is, if a class ends at 5:15, you should really let your students out at 5:10, because they might have to go to another class or catch a bus or something, and it'd be really mean if you make them stay. Just saying. Another pet peeve of mine is when people get on the bus and their food that, I don't know whether they have like a doggy bag or something, or they just ate, but the entire bus becomes that food. But damn, you need to put a lid on that stuff. Don't open it up on the bus. No one wants to smell that. I'm sorry, but leave that in your room away from other human beings, because that is an obnoxious scent. And if it's 20 degrees outside, I'm not opening a window to waft that shit out. I'm 100% okay with people eating in class. That is no big deal. I understand that some people have really tight schedules and they don't have a lunch hour, so they bring in lunch to eat in class, and that's fine. But the problem is when people bring boiled eggs like soaked in vinegar with roasted garlic to lunch in class, and that's kind of intrusive on everyone else's sense of smell. And so I don't want you to infringe upon my right to smell fresh air. You know it's gonna smell bad. Don't bring pungent food to class. That's just as rude as talking loudly. So have you guys noticed some of the same things that I've noticed on the bus or in class that, you know, you can relate to? If you did, put something down in the comments below. I want to know. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day, unless you're watching this at night. Then you can have an awesome rest of the night. But then I guess if you're staying up for 24 hours, it could be both, so have an awesome period of 24 hours or longer.